You match with someone online. Within days, they say they've never felt a connection like this before. It feels real because to you is. What you don't know is that the same I might be having this exact conversation with 3,000 other people at the exact same time. Romance scams are now the single highest grossing consumer fraud category the FBI tracks, more than any other type of scam. Here's exactly how it works. The numbers. The FBI reported $929 million loss to romance scams in 2025 alone, up 38% in a single year. Romance fraud now has the highest aggregate loss of any consumer fraud category the FBI tracks, more than tech support scams, more than business email compromise. A 2026 McAfee survey found 1 in 7 American adults have personally lost money to a romance scam. Average losses run between $10,000 and $50,000, and some victims report losing their entire life savings. Meet Diane, fictional, a composite built from patterns across real, reported cases. She matches with Michael on a dating app, warm, attentive, funny, an engineer currently working on an offshore oil rig. He messages constantly, and within days he says he's never felt a connection like this before. What Diane doesn't know is that Michael isn't managing one conversation. Researchers have found AI systems now capable of running thousands of these relationships at once, with a human only stepping in at the very final stage, the moment money gets asked. Every request for a live video call meets a reasonable-sounding excuse. The camera's broken out here. The rig's connection is too weak. Weeks pass, and Diane has never once seen his live, unscripted face, only photos, and an occasional short video clip that always seems to cut out at a strange. Then, right on schedule, the ask arrives. Researchers who studied these operations found the average gap between first contact and the first money request is just 17 days. A customs fee is blocking his equipment shipment. Just this once could she wire $2,000, he'll pay her back the moment he's home. It won't be the last request. Here's the mechanism. AI chatbots, built on the same kind of language models behind ordinary chat assistants, now manage thousands of these conversations simultaneously, automatically adjusting tone based on how each person responds. Profiles use stolen photos, and real-time video is either avoided entirely or faked with a short, looping deepfake clip. The love bombing timeline is scripted and remarkably consistent, roughly 17 days on average to the first money request. Human operators only step into the conversation at the final stage, specifically to collect payment, and get around safety filters built into AI systems. Increasingly, this merges with pig butchering, where the victim gets moved onto a fake crypto investment platform for far larger losses than a single wire transfer. This isn't hypothetical. One 25-year-old exchanged daily messages for 5 months with a match she found on Instagram, before he claimed he'd missed a flight and needed money to rebook. She sent $1,200. His accounts vanished immediately after. In Northern California alone, the FBI recorded romance scam losses rising from $22 million in 2024 to over $40 million in 2025, in just that one region. And even for victims who do report it, only 1 in 4 ever recover any of their money at all. 5 red flags. 1. Professing love or a deep connection within days rather than months. Real intimacy takes time. 2. Consistent, specific reason to avoid live video calls or ever meeting in person. 3. A profession that conveniently explains being far away and hard to verify. Military deployment, an oil rig, a doctor on a humanitarian mission abroad. 4. Pressure to move the conversation off the dating app quickly, away from a platform with safety reporting. 5. Simply, any request for money at all for any reason, no matter how small or urgent it's framed, that alone is reason enough to stop. Here is the version where Diane stays safe. Before sending anything, she insists on a live video call and asks him to do something specific in real time, hold up 3 fingers, or say today's date on camera. A pre-recorded loop can't respond to that. He stalls, makes an excuse, and never calls. The connection that felt so real simply evaporates, because it was never a person on the other end to begin with, at least not the one she. So what do you actually do? First, reverse image search their profile photos early, before you're emotionally invested. Stolen photos often turn up elsewhere in seconds. Second, insist on a live, interactive video call, and ask them to do something specific in real time. That's the fastest way to catch a deepfake loop. Third, never send money to anyone you have not met in person, no matter how convincing or urgent the story is. And fourth, Talk to a friend or family member before sending money to any online-only contact. An outside perspective catches what you can't see from inside it. That's how the highest-grossing romance scam in FBI history actually works, running on scripts and AI at a scale no human con artist ever could. Insist on a real, live video call before you trust anything, and share this with anyone you know who's dating online right now. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.